Welcome back, folks. Let's keep rolling. As you nodding off to sleep, a boy shouts of fire, pulls you back to attention. Flames quickly consume the supply wagon. A few tents. A woman cries out, "My boy!" and points to the burning toy's closet into the outlying barn. Two of the giants are motionless, staring at this prey with terrors in their eyes. Go in after the boy yourself. Make an effort to say, applies. We've got 2 more days. Going after the boy yourself. Wrapping your cloak around you, the smoke and flames, the tent becomes a blur as you grab the boy and slice through the back of the canvas with your hunting knife. You're met with ashamed looks of the older Var while the crowd cheers at your heroic act. Fortunately, the spy wagon did not make it. What in the depths was that about? You muttered to yourself. Something about a fire. Olaf tells you. I've heard this before. They don't like it. Doesn't change what happens, you think to yourself. Oh my gosh. Tell me that we make it. It's right there. It's right there. It's okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Yes, we make it. The distance her house smolders like an old campfire. Even from here you can see black figures scrambling through it. Looks like a dead town, remarks Ivor, confirming your impressions. There's usually survivors, Saurus reminds you. Check it out, just in case. Hope there's others would do the same for me. Dredge are nothing haven't faced before. Ivor grunts, but otherwise says nothing. Besides, it might throw a blur off the scent a bit. You head a day's march out towards. Alright. Well, that sucks. As soon as you step foot into a small town, you think you've made a mistake. It's thoroughly littered with corpses, although moments of dread are upon you, as though you're stirring up an angry hornet's nest. You draw your weapons. Think this is a good lineup? Actually, can't he take that? That looks good. Can we promote you? Nope, needs a 10. Okay, ready for battle. Man. Can't believe how many people we've lost. Like, we've lost a lot of good people. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. We got armor. Armor. I think it'd be foolish to leave him there. I think he'd be okay if there. Ivor's pretty baller. I think he'll be okay. Actually, just do this. This will work out quite nicely, I think, because I think both of them are going to march to us. Okay. And you can be right here. Right here. Mage in the middle. There we go. Okay, so you're up first. There, take your shot. Good hit. Ouch. Lighten this dingus. That's good. Okay. Let's keep tapping on that armor. He's gonna move up. Okay. That's what he's gonna do. Let's go ahead and move up. Let's see here. Damn it. Okay, that's not so bad. Damn. Okay. Gonna move over to here. Nope, we're going to mend him. It's nice. She's going to drop this a-hole. Oh, shit. She's going to drop this a-hole. Nope. Come on. Drop him, drop him, drop him. Nope. Yep, maybe. There we go. Nice. Nice. Come on, Ivor. No. Oh, he headbutts him? That's pretty cool. Okay, who's doing what? He's going to move right here. Good solid hits. Okay. He needs to... There we go. Move here. Drop him. Aw. Okay, move forward. Just need you to do 1 point of damage. Just to guarantee it. Which is what we wanted. There, and turn. He's just going to waltz up and punch him in his face. Punch him in his face. Nice. Your renown grows. Rook got promoted, which is great. She got promoted, which is excellent. Excellent. But we got no supplies. This town is nothing more but ghosts, and now covered in more dead bodies, too. Remarkably, as you are about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tired market tent, with a couple of items in front of him. He hums to himself as if nothing were wrong, and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into a caravan before you leave. No supplies. Okay. Well, if that's how it's going to be. Nope. We need him to be promoted, right? She needs a promotion. Yep. It's going to cost 10. Nope. Continue. Confirm. Definitely confirm that. What does she do? She's an archer. +2 range, plus 100% chance to hit. Oof. Nice. We've got no supplies. Just talk to her. Don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Need, and you're Rook, I know. We've actually been traveling together for a long time. Isn't it strange now you can be so close to people and not know them? Every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. I want to thank you for letting me join you. Where are you from? I don't think you're from Scorn. I knew most of the people there. No, I'm a house in Frostvern. We were driven out when the dread started to show up. My husband died trying to protect our home. My son and I were thrown out into the fields. I'm sorry. Elric's men killed my husband. Now Elric's been traveling with us. For a long time I was angry. Why did he get to live? Why did you decide for the rest of us? You look away momentarily, not sure what to say. But I've let that go. I have 3 sons. I don't want them to grow up with hatred in their heart. That is why I wanted to thank you. Have you always been such a good shot? Honestly, I've never even tried before Ulf made me. I spent my whole life making clothes, cleaning. All was good, but I don't think it was all her doing. It feels right. I just look where I want to go. Anyways, I feel better. The caravan, the people were worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad that I can do something helpful. You're welcome. I'll be going. Don't think anything of it. We'll all have our own problems to deal with. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something. She returns to her tent where boys are waiting for her. Well. Okay. Let's leave. Let's get the fudge out. More people dying. A man sits astride the overgrown portion of the trail. You lost? You asked. He adjusts a leather strap on his head and says, "No, are you?" He jumps up and the scruffs towards the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. "I've seen better," the old man says, peering into the spy wagons. "But I'll join you." He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs up his chest. Fire grins and the stranger exhales. "We're waiting for it. Lead the way." You're welcome to join if you can keep pace. Who are you and what are you doing out here? Call me Urnar or something else you like, the old man says. A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he? It's starting to look more comical than intimidating. But you stop looking for answers. Welcome to join if you can keep the pace. Keep pace, the old man puffs through his mustache. No fleeter than old man and Husbands, mind your wives. I've cursed with the golden tongue, not silver. Camera enjoys a good laugh and they start moving. Yep. Yep. Perhaps we should have gone through the dread. Godstone of Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on the caravan, takes a much needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from the solitary dread slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing out the dread's body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, still couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours passed without warning. Ingrid's Godstone is carved with ancient ruins, which doesn't make much sense to you, though everyone tells you some of the Menders have deciphered it. It's now the Menders learn the language of gods, past the largest stone and long series of stabs. Continue more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, everyone doesn't know how to read it. Himself, Juno could, he says. Back up and move. As you're ready to depart, you hear screams from the main Godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before were shrieking and pointing. At the moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened the wrappings, and that was in the dread's hand. Wait, says Ivor. His arm crossed your shoulder. Your chest! This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. Adam pushes past and gasps. Stop! Shouts Ivor, but curious onlookers have already seen it. Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small toy figure, its hands reaching for anything it can find. That's a baby. The dread is a woman? We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time, leaving them to die. In war, it's only the males who fight. I've seen fighting these dreads the whole way. Why are women and children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stopped dead in the tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. As I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dread is running from it just as we are running from them. Serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivor, you knew? Why? Why didn't you say something? Ivor? When I was young, I killed one of the Sundren during the Second Great War. We called it a res. Every time we would build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl and stumbled upon a res deep in the snowstorm. Alone, she was nursing. I threw my axe. It twisted in the wind, and her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That was how I killed a Shrun. When I found my way to Grafenthal, wanted to make me Kinner, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Scron, where no one knew what I had done. Only a sound of the wind blowing through the trees. For a long time, nobody says a thing until the child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby? She asked. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small, obsidian creature squirming before you. It's a child, right? Oh, shit. Insist on taking it with the caravan. You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take the dread infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterwards, one of the women comes to you. Its swelling is being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undread-like. The inscription on it as a silver almost slips your notice. Preserve. From the gods herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you. Silver brooch. Really need supplies, man. Kind of screwed myself. I didn't buy supplies. You're making unusual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from there. The Varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. Wouldn't you rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a mead house and battling the shroon? No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some wares, plow headfirst into the dread. They follow you into the hills. Get lost, and they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, they have burrows leading them. Have you ever heard about the time I hit a burrow in the head with a throwing axe? Both the Earls halt their debate when they suddenly notice you watching. Don't stop on my account. Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The warriors are just noting that there's a damn good number of dread on our asses. Burrowers pulling up the rear. This one thinks we can keep wandering up there and throwing them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Though you'd be happy to finally the oldest Varl in the land, Erwin. I'm never happy to lose more Varls, Krum. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. I'll leave it to you. Leave my ass. You must be used to Ivor's following your lead. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming, Yorvar? You could ask Burrower for your arm back. Don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Alright then. I'll tell Haraba you said hello. Krum and a good many of our warriors head out towards the growing army of dread. Is he going to come back? He always has before. But this time feels different, I fear. Why? Why? Doesn't make sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the gist. It's better to die on your feet than starve, but A flurry of snowfall seems to come out of nowhere and quickly thins till you are unable to see the man in front of you. You shout out a complete halt, but the screaming wind blows out the sound. A day passes before the blizzard abates and clansmen start to reappear from the snowdrifts. It quickly becomes apparent that not everyone is where you saw them last, and a quick search is in the areas that not enough to recover all the missing clansmen. You shouldn't have wandered off. Commit an hour before more searching before departing. While calling out for missing family and friends, the clansmen trample the snow into a boggy mush. Any chance of finding tracks soon lost, and the caravan slowly departs with their some failure. Good lord. Gather round, doubters, echoes the shout from the distance. Krum and his band of warriors breaks through the nearby foliage. Behold the invincible Yara. The caravan is thrilled to see Krum return, say, "Yay! Did the plan work?" "Work," responded Krum. "Of course it worked. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these," Krum says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves as big enough for the Varl. He leans in close, whispering to you so Umu can't hear. "Had something to do with the raven's nest and a hair tie." Drun's hand. "Yay, finally."
As Sigurholm approached us, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud homes sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
The water's starting to rise? One catastrophe to another, says Verlaine, as you pull into Strom. It appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. "No," says Iron, looking frantic. "Where is she?" He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. "Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome to either." Going upriver looks out of the question. The breach is bare. Aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat, you reluctantly set up camp in the sinking town. This is not good. All I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of caravan, you inadvertently walked into a debate between Olives and Advern. As long as we need to. I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. People here are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. I'm sorry, and I think Alia is right. I saw a man the whole time he was setting up. He was just watching me, in a creepy way. And how long before the dread find us here? Juno will come. Just give it a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. Are you serious? Markets. Supplies. We need a butt ton of supplies. There we go. And I will see you folks in the next video. Bye.